The Universal Grain is a fundamental social research project of ALLATRA International Public Movement. It is a research conducted by people themselves all over the world. And this research shows that all of us, people, are one big united family. We may have different appearances, cultures, traditions, but the spiritual and moral values we live by are the same: life, kindness, love, and humanity.
Based on the keys of the primordial knowledge from the books by Anastasia Novykh and programs with Igor Mikhailovich Danilov, it has become possible today to identify the universal grain that forms the basis of all beliefs and cultures. The deepest inner feelings by which we live inside are one.
After the first episode of the film, Universal Grain, The Choice, and an understanding of the importance of the choice in each person's life, participants of the project raised the question: who in a human being is making a choice? How is the concept of the human personality represented? How is it associated with the concept of life? What is the essence of achieving real spiritual freedom by a human being?
The film Life is the first part of the series Love That Gives Freedom. It opens the series of films in which people from more than 180 countries around the world jointly conduct research, share their opinions, together seek and find answers to vital spiritual and moral questions.
In this film, based on the knowledge of ALLATRA, people have analyzed the sources of various religions of the world and gathered the opinions of famous scientists, specialists and representatives of different nationalities. But first, let's find out what the opinion of the international community about spiritual and moral values is. We asked people from all over the world the same question: what do we all have in common? And their answers show what unites us all.
De faire cette interview au titre de l'organisation ALLATRA.
Siamo partecipanti volontari di un movimento internazionale che si chiama ALLATRA.
And we're conducting a research,
The Universal Grain. And the purpose of this project, we want to find out
what unites us as a society.
Mimo té sociální části i studovali knihy dřívějších kultur.
Чтобы найти в каждой культуре общие единые зерна.
En todos los países del mundo nosotros hablamos con la gente. Queremos que cada persona pueda responder a las siguientes preguntas.
We ask certain questions of people on the streets and famous people, like everybody. So if you don't mind, I would like to ask you questions. Okay. Пожалуйста.
Apa yang mempersatukan manusia di planet ini tanpa melihat agamanya?
Независимо от национальности, социального статуса,
от вероисповедания, от стран проживания.
Unabhängig von der Religion, Politik.
What unites all people across the world internally?
Co właśnie robi człowieka człowiekiem? Co jednoczy właśnie wszystkich ludzi?
Qu'est-ce qui unit tous les gens intérieurement?
As one unified world community.
What do we all have in common?
Regardless of nationality, religion, denomination, what do we all have in common?
We have a common feeling of love. It unites absolutely everyone, in my opinion. Because in general, it is natural for a human to love. He's born and loves everything. He loves his family, he loves his life. And this feeling of love, when it's present in people, then a human may be called a human. When there is no love in him, it means the human inside him has disappeared too.
True love can connect us all, can unite us all, and we need to stop judging each other. That's it. That's it, yeah.
Everybody in the world is different. They have different religions and different nationalities, and they're brought up different ways. But I see it as we're all humans, and we all have, regardless of how we're brought up and what manners we are taught, we all kind of have the same morals, which shows the human qualities.
We are humans for a reason.
we have something special than the animals. We should be thinking bigger because we all are humans and humanity should connect us.
I think that love unites all of us. When this feeling fills our hearts, you know, life becomes very happy and beautiful. And you're happy.
I think humanity is actually the highest point of love. Humanity actually starts with you. Understanding that you are human and you are humane. Humanity is international language. You know, everywhere you go, when you have humanity, then you can converse with each and every person. If you have humanity and I also have humanity, and you speak Russian and I speak English and we don't understand each other, the smiles that we have, the compassion that we show, the love that we have, we communicate, you know, down low in the spirit.
Universal human qualities are common for all nations. These are kindness, spirituality. Our common values are to develop spiritually, to be pure and kind, to encourage people to live true human life, good and kind-hearted one.
Love is something what connects us. Love to other person, love to everybody. Everyone feel it. I think everyone feel it.
When we start coming together as individuals, regardless of what your beliefs are or what gender you are, we've got to learn how to work together to be able to understand that we can even love through those differences.
I think we should learn to love. If all of us are people who understand, feel and believe in it, and we start talking about it, then it will start to sprout, I guess. It's up to us, and what we are, that's what those who are around us will become.
The difference of religions, difference in skin colors, difference of human traditions and ethnicity. But ultimately, all people are united by one thing, by love.
It is love for life in all its manifestations. God has endowed us with many qualities. We need to be able to fill them with our hearts. Humaneness, mercy, being caring towards everything that surrounds you. We should all be like this.
I may be Malawian, someone would be Zambian, someone would be from Germany, but we are all human beings. We are all united in the spiritual aspect because we are all human beings created by one creator. You have a spirit, I have a spirit. It doesn't matter, the outside skin is different, but we all have one spirit. I have a responsibility as a human being to make sure that my colleague is enjoying the peace that all of us need to enjoy. So it's a matter of mindset. I should value my friend as a human being.
I would like to ask a question from ALLATRA International Television. What unites all people on Earth, regardless nationality, religious and political affiliations, regardless social status? What internally unites all of us?
Interesting enough that you mention it because California is one of those extraordinary places. When I was governor, I detected that here we have a state where you have every single religion. We have like 140 some religions there. We have every nationality represented in California. And they all live together. Every religion, every nationality, every culture you can think of, all live together and no one is fighting. I think that basically people are meant to be peaceful. It's just that politics and religion sometimes divide us of people, intentionally divide us of people. And one just has to be very careful of that. So we have shown in California that you can live side by side and you can be friends and you can get along, even though you have different opinions, politically and religiously, different colors and everything different. But you can get along and you can live together and work together.
If people remove the boundaries of religion and countries which separate us, as well as nationalities and so on, only then there is such a state when we can be a mighty civilization. I live only from my heart, the heart that is full of love, of absolute love. It's when you love even the one who insults you. You thank him for the experience because he is your teacher.
What unites all people in the world? What's a kind of a general thing for all people in the world? Doesn't matter what's country, citizenship, race, religion, and so on. Love. Любовь. And respect. И уважение. I would say love is the most powerful feeling that can unite people.
True love goes far beyond words and represents unity. In other words, we are like parts of that divinity, or what may be called the source of this great spirit. When we realize that each of us is united, true love is the understanding that we are all united.
Love is everything that is and surrounds us. A human can't live without love. The shortest definition of God is: what is God? God is love. So you carry God within you, and the deeper He penetrates into our soul, our heart, our mind, the more we comprehend this huge, most important topic of human life. The closer we come to the main conclusion that it is necessary to live by the way of kindness.
According to my perception of life and the world, that is love. I am referring to love with a capital L, to a state of being, essentially unconditional love, unselfish love that is not addressed to anyone, all-encompassing love. It is the only thing that really exists. Everything else is just some kind of illusion.
We all have the same root. It's a wonderful reason to be united. I mean that our only mission on the planet is to love everyone. Because life is short. We should value this opportunity in order to simply love everyone.
When one has inner beauty, it is reflected externally too. It's actually the energy, the emanating light, in fact.
Humaneness is the most important thing, because people shouldn't do evil. A human being should do good.
What do you think? What unites all people around the world, regardless of nationality, social status, religion, and so on?
Peace and cooperation.
Every person must find himself in life. To find oneself and develop in this direction, to build, to nurture, to show everyone an example. This is what is called creation.
I think each of us has to remember that we should treat everyone as equal, treat everyone the way we would like to be treated ourselves.
Humans have to love each other because they are human and they came from one place. We need good thoughts in every situation. Peace and love, it's everything.
Fundamentally, we are all human beings and we all need love, peace, humanity, and harmony to be able to live as brothers and sisters.
I think what unites us is that we all live on the planet Earth. For me, we are all equal, regardless of nationality, religion, gender, or opportunities that people have. We are all citizens of the world. We can recognize each other, respect each other. This is, in my opinion, what we have in common. We all have a common home, our world.
Actually, a human as such took the most important place. Probably for the first time in the history of understanding, the question is stated at some higher level of what a human being is and why he is here.
I believe that human nature is that we should live in peace and harmony. Therefore, the difference in principles must not divide humankind. I think that love is what unites us. Love for the country, love for the woman, love for the mother, and love for the father. That's the only word, as it seems to me, that everyone has in common. You know, the most important love is for God. Primary love is only for Him.
Peace and love, they build the world, they build the life, and my wish for people is to live in such a world.
We are all human beings. We are all made by the one Creator. So we have to live in harmony with each other. We can change the world by giving love to others, so that as each one of us receives love, then we have more love to give the next person. You deposit love in yourself, so you can give that love.
I guess you should have a soul. It's necessary to relate to everything with your soul, not to be a fake person. For a soulful attitude, there must be a pure heart, a pure attitude. Everything depends on a person, on one's personality.
I think the core is love. You can be respectful and you can be kind and you can be happy if you have love. And it's not like religion or skin color, language. It's not very important.
Now, I've seen hate cause a lot of problems in this world, but I've never seen hate solve a problem yet. The only thing that is going to solve a problem is the courage to love, the boldness to love, and the courage to serve.
What unites all people on earth, regardless nationality, religious and political affiliations, regardless social status, what internally unites all of us?
No, we are all humans, and we belong to one humanity. And this is where we belong to the planet Earth. And we need to respect one another. And what is important is for us to have the values. Once we have values, the values of peace, respect, honesty, this is what unites us as brothers and sisters belonging to one world.
Please tell us what unites all people in the world, regardless of religion, nationality, social status. Well, internally, what do we all have in common?
Love. Love. Of course, we all have the same common human values. We love our families. We love our countries. All of us want to live better.
The fact that we grew up in different countries and speak different languages is not a barrier. Mutual understanding, friendliness, and spiritual connection are the key points. In order to understand each other, we don't need to know the language.
We are all united. It is not a matter of religion. In my opinion, this is different. We all have one God. We are one. We are united.
They say there is no bad nation. All nations are unique. And we are like field flowers. We complement one another.
Think about people not only through their religion, but think about them as humans. No matter what the religion is, no matter what the color is, the ethnic background is, basically the humanity is the thing that will make up the harmony between the civilizations.
We're all people. That's why we want to live in peace. As for me, I would be friends with everyone.
People, they are all the same, despite the fact that they are from different cultures and have different backgrounds. And the most important thing that unites us is love. The ability to love and the need to be loved. The need to communicate with other people.
Love is the only thing that connects different people in this world. What connects us is that we are all good people.
It doesn't matter of ages, religion, culture, the color of skin, whatsoever. We should be in a one unite, and we should care about each other.
I would like humanity to be first. If humanity is first, then we will know how to develop one another and how to care another. Because if we put spirituality first.
Well, above all, it's kindness and humanness in people.
There are common values among all of us. I think kindness unites us all.
Kindness, right?
As a blogger, you travel a lot and communicate with a lot of people. What do you think unites all people regardless of nationality or religion? What internally unites all people in the world?
I really want to say that it is love. That's the way it is. Actually, I don't divide people by race, religion, and so on. I think it's necessary to turn inward and catch yourself thinking when you satisfy your animal nature and when your spiritual nature. And the more you learn and develop yourself, the greater the chances that it will all work out.
I think people feel love and care for other people in the same way, despite where they're from, their religion, their beliefs, anything like that. So I definitely think we all have that in common.
In your opinion, what unites all people in the world internally, regardless of nationality, religion, or denomination? What do we all have in common?
Love, relationships, friendship, mutual understanding unite us.
The love that we feel towards each other is what we have in common. It is something so powerful that we can perceive it because we are humans. So if we have this unity, we will live in a beautiful world. But not in the one we can observe these days.
In different cultures also, I believe that most of them have the same values to unite each other, respecting, caring each other. Without love, we cannot live. We all have love and care to respect, to live a happy society.
I have been traveling to 100 countries in this world. I have met the common people and not the politicians who play games on these people. But what I see across, they want peace. They don't want to fight with their neighbors. They say, what for? You know? It's simple stupidity. Why aren't these big presidents in politics going to fight themselves in a ring and then decide? And it's so sad when you see the suffering of so many people, and only because so many politics are in play. That is no more controllable. Nobody can control it anymore.
See, what unites us is inside is that we are all human beings, whether it's rich, the poor, or the mighty rich, or the people who are in poverty. They're all the same. When we say a planet, we are all one in the family with equality. Let's not get divided on the boundaries. Let us not get divided on the languages. Let us not get divided on the faith. We are all one. We are all one human being in this planet. Don't have barriers. Don't think he is enemy, he is bad. Any color, any faith, any language, friendship is all that's going to win you. Enjoy the world. It's God created. And God wants you to simply enjoy this.
For me, when you feel this love, you can't put it into words. Just like words won't give it its right. It's a great feeling of like fulfillment. I don't know, love. Yeah, something inside. Yeah, our true nature. This is what like all the Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, all the preachers who came on this earth are trying to different methods, but they all lead to the same thing, which is like to teach us how to love. The problem with like religion is like many people, they follow more the traditions, the rules, and they just forgot about like the true message, which is like love that everyone talked about. Yeah, like what you're doing is great. When you come, when you talk to people about love, I'm looking forward to see like other interviews and other people's opinion and what they think about. It's really interesting.
We have humanity in common. We're all humans. So, I mean, if we all understand that we're the same, regardless of our color, regardless of our religion, regardless of our countries, we're just all humans, and that's all that matters. That's what relates us. That's what makes us the same. And if we can relate on that level, I believe it will be easier for us to live together happily.
I am becoming more and more convinced that there is good in every person originally, and people can always build a kind, trustful relationship between themselves.
What each of us does, and more importantly, how we go about doing that, can and will, in fact, determine the future of mankind. working together, we can forge a more promising future.
We are women, we are mothers. We have children and we want our children to grow up in a good world, in a better world. I have 4 children myself, and I feel that if I do nothing to make this world a little bit better for each of us, regardless of race, culture, religion, nationality, then my children will grow up in this world. And I would like my grandchildren to be born in a better world.
As a father of 2 children, I do it not only for myself, but also for the sake of my children. But I think that humanity has a chance if we act quickly enough and with sufficient determination. It is necessary to spread the changes that allow further functioning of human civilization.
You know, I'm a diplomat, but above all, I'm a human being. And as a human being, what I want peace and reconciliation with all human beings. So we have different culture, we have different religion, but we believe in life, we believe in love. We want a better life, we want a better world, and that's why we need to be united. Now we have a new issue, for example, it's only an example, it's climate change. But if there are not unification between the people, we will not find a solution. We need this unity.
I think, first of all, people should start being more grateful.
Show a lot of love to everyone, as much as you can.
In general, we should not be waiting for something in return. We should just give.
You should be who you should be, right? Be the person who brings kindness, who brings a smile, joy. Be that very angel. Everywhere, everything is changed by society we find ourselves in. When you come to people and you feel this kindness, this warmth and these smiles, you want to live, you want to smile, you want to make them happy, and that's why you can really bring joy into this society. You can bring a smile. Talking to people, I understand that everyone wants only one thing: peace. Peace, some well-being for humanity. That's why my opinion and the opinion of perhaps the majority of people. I have traveled and I've been to many countries, and while communicating, I saw that everyone wanted one thing: peace. Peace and inner calm. I believe that we can become that one grain from which a spikelet of kindness, a spikelet of peace and a spikelet of love will grow.
I think the knowledge that all of us are human, beneath the skin, same blood, same heart, we can talk, communicate with one another, the feelings are the same, yes. But I think what should also unite us is the knowledge that we are created by one God, yeah? And with the same world, so if one part is sinking, the other one is sinking. So we must be united together in love. And there's only love when we know the true Creator and love in all of us.
Underneath, we have the same values. But if we can come from a place of brotherhood, sisterhood, and a place of love, genuine love, agape love, we call it in Christianity, and I think the world will be a much better place to live in.
And when we know Him, then we are able to love one another. Because our Creator, where we have come from something that is love. Yes.
ALLATRA unites people with love, so ALLATRA is love.
People from all over the world have created a book, The Universal Grain. It contains values that are common to all religions, cultures and nationalities. It became possible to see these values, to identify them, to put them together, thanks to the knowledge given in the books by Anastasia Novykh and programs with the participation of Igor Mikhailovich Danilov.
today I would like to bring to you some really wonderful news, and that is the book Universal Grain. Really, it's a beautiful example of something quite wonderful. To me, this is a symbol of unity. It's a book by everyone, by the people. It's a collection of comparing world cultures and world religions all in one, looking at the universal grains, what unites us? How can this information from world religions, world cultures, really from all civilizations around the world, how are we the same? Yes, we have different languages, we think in a different way, but something like this has truly shown me, and maybe even shown yourselves, how we do actually have the same true inner spiritual wanting to be united, to really to show love for one another. And this is just the start for, I think, a journey for us to truly unite and to show that we can create something together. No matter what language you speak, where you come from, there's really no borders, and this is just truly amazing.
It is inspiring that we, ourselves the people, have found a proof that all the knowledge comes from one source, from God. And this is obvious. You can see it when you read it, and you realize that everything that has been conveyed is the same. And it turns out that all people, every single person, of any nationality and any religion, are important and dear to God.
We feel this universal grain right now, and we are all together, and we are creating something. And this is so fulfilling, it's just amazing, to be honest, and so pleasant.
We are all that universal grain, and it is within everyone. And all humanity can be the universal grain. After all, it is not being said that there are many universal grains, but the universal grain. It is one, just like the spiritual world. And we can really be one, single, indivisible whole that is not afraid of consciousness and that can overcome and step over it. The book has been created by ALLATRA IPM, ALLATRA International Public Movement. It's an international project, it's people's project, it's people's live voice. It's a response to the fact that people are not silent, that people act.
What depends on each of us is to maintain and grow this life, first of all, in yourself, and feel it in the first place in any person you come into contact with. That is, first of all, to feel the basis of ALLATRA, which has already united us all, which already exists as the universal grain. It's already in everyone, it's already there, and it depends on our attention to ensure that it manifests itself further. And the same happens in the inner work on oneself during communication in projects and in the movement, and on the large scale worldwide. The more we as humanity, as each of us as society, strengthen with our attention what is true and pure, the inner ALLATRA, in our actions, thoughts and deeds, the more it flares up. What is not true disappears because it's nothing, as it has already been said, and it doesn't exist anyway, while what is real does exist, and it's inside of us. It is the opening of the doors even wider for our further joint activity, and it really concerns everyone in this world. All 7 billion people living on this planet, and there is ALLATRA inside each and everyone.
Inspired by the book ALLATRA and by the programs with the participation of Igor Mikhailovich Danilov, participants of the Universal Grain Project from all over the world decided to find out in cultures and religions who a real human is and how the concept of the human spiritual component is represented in various cultures.
In the course of our research, we have discovered that the spiritual component of a human being is what is called a spirit, a personality, a soul, an angel, the true self.
People have always attached key importance to the spiritual component. That's what led a person to learn the meaning of life. It became clear to us that the spiritual component is what unites us all.
From time immemorial, a human was perceived as a spiritual component. Let's put it simply so as to clarify. There is a caterpillar which has woven a cocoon and a butterfly is developing out of it. When we look at the cocoon, do we say this is a butterfly? What do we say? We say this is a cocoon inside which there is a butterfly. That's how it was perceived before. This is a body in which there is a human.
We started by defining terminology, which ancient people used to describe a human as an angel. And we have found an interesting concept which sounds as jiva. It's a spiritual, eternally living being, a distinct soul and individual spirit. This individual spirit is simply tempted by an illusion and doesn't perceive itself as part of a single whole. And then we got interested in the fact that exactly the word jiva is very similar to the words to live, precisely life. And we continued our search and discovered that the word to live sounds almost the same in all Slavonic languages. This indicates that it's the angel who was born to live.
Jiva literally means alive. It's the root of the word jiva and living. Literally, it means soul and personality. It also denotes God or a spirit. He is alive, therefore it's called jiva. Jiva is what possesses life. It's a live one, a soul. And how can we determine this? We can determine this by their actual deeds.
The fact that the original true nature of human beings is life and spirit is also confirmed by scientists from all over the world, along with representatives of different cultures and religions with whom participants of the Universal Grain Project communicated in different countries.
What we have in common is our humaneness. It is the original nature of a human being, that which is called vidra, the original state before a human becomes a part of society. It is exactly this original essence that we find in a human. This is how he opens up towards the world, how he loves, how he treats people around, how he expresses his need in relationships, how he addresses the spiritual, supersensible, and how he trusts the one who is called God, Allah, Paramatra, or Ishvara, depending on a tradition. So this is the idea that a human being is basically created from the material and non-material, that is, a soul. I will read an excerpt from Rumi because I am really inspired by his words and his spiritual experience. He was a great master who said, "Don't you know that the light which illuminates the world is your own light?" And for me, these words summarize everything we have just said. So as the Hindus say, the divine is the light, and from this light, plenty of individual lights emerged. But they are just drops of water, which will return to the ocean.
We all know that we are Homo sapiens, right? Wise men. Yet only a few people say that a human being is Homo spiritus, a spiritual being. Nowadays, in social and humanitarian sciences, it is considered that the world is experiencing a global spiritual crisis, that we have to somehow shift from Homo sapiens to Homo spiritus, to a spiritual human being.
So the soul is the self. So when you understand the joy that is in the self, the bliss that's there, how it's the purpose of our life, then that interests you, and everything else starts fading in comparison. So at every stage you improve, you're experiencing more happiness. So the greatest thing that humanity needs to take up to be human to live human values.
The beliefs that are written in Avesta, Bundahishan and other texts and quotes of Zarathustra, in general they also reflect the grains that are in all religions. One of the quotes: "And since almost achieves the end, opposition, by many means, then he created the spiritual images of creatures that are needed for these means. For 3,000 years they remained spiritual images, which were thoughtless, immobile and with intangible bodies. This indicates that man was originally created as spirit."
I have found a very interesting Zoroastrian treatise, Shank Gumanik Vizar, which means clarification that dispels doubts. It was written by a Zoroastrian scholar, Mardan Farooq Ormazdadan. In this treatise I have found the earthly world is a fruit of spiritual world, and its roots are in the spirit.
A human is not only matter. A human has a soul, Fravashi. A human has Dhyana, the spiritual component of a human. We have a soul which we must nourish, which we should take care of. It is very important to remember that we have spiritual needs.
I have found information where it is said what a human being consists of, and so the main non-material component of a human is Irwan. Also, there's a part called Fravashi.
What is Fravashi? It is the second constituent element of the non-material, invisible, spiritual nature of a human being. It is the most sacred component of a human. It is our depository of the divine. There is something divine in us. We call it Fravashi. Fravashi is a part of Ahura Mazda. It is the divine light in us, owing to which we can be perfectly pure. It guides us on the way to purity.
In Taoism, a human being has a primordial invariable self. It is neither body nor consciousness, and just like Tao, it cannot be compared to anything. It is also mentioned that a human should learn to live not for his body, but for his spirit, and that a human can gain his self only in fusion with Tao. Tao is called the root of everything, the ancestor of all creatures, the One. Also, Tao is called the mother of the celestial, while the celestial is exactly the world of God, the spiritual world. Moreover, in the Chinese philosophical treatise Tao Te Ching, for instance, in the translation by the Soviet scholar Evgeny Alexandrovich Torchinov, in Jan 28th, there are the following words: "Knowing you're white, yet keeping your black, you become a model to the world. Being a model to the world, eternal virtue Te will never falter in you, and you will return to the boundless." Knowing the white means to know the primordial self, the personality.
In Dhammapada, verse 160, it is said, "One indeed is one's own refuge," meaning the true self is the personality, spirit, angel.
Once you are born as a human being, all of us have, in Bhutan we say Buddha nature. Buddha is the enlightened feeling where you are able to make yourself and the others around you happy. I mean, in Bhutan, like I said, I'm born with Buddha nature. But if you are a Christian, you are born with Jesus nature. Try, I mean, you don't have, if possible, you try to reach that stage where God has reached, right?
Yeah.
If not, we can always try to become better.
But people here were feeling we are standing, the Buddha maybe in your heart, or you are just the Buddha. The Buddha will show in different ways. Also, you can be one of him.
I would also like to read verse 166. "Having learned the good, may he be devoted to the higher good, It is the spiritual path that is meant by one's own good.
The image and likeness of God is nothing but the spiritual component of a human being. If we open the Gospel of John in chapter 4, verse 24, we shall find the following words. God is spirit, and those who worship him must worship in spirit and truth.
There is a rich inner world in every human. It is our soul and our heart which can contain the uncontainable, something that even the universe cannot contain. That is, contain God. That is basically what every human is called to do.
Since our birth, the Spirit has been acting in us, and we live by the Spirit. In our life, it is love, joy, and peace. And He is in everything. He is in each of us here.
We have a certain light, meaning we have both a presence of the soul and spirit. We have the light, we have what we feel and what cannot be described and explained at once. This cannot be explained in some physical or chemical formula. Since in Judaism there are Ruach, Neshama and other definitions which refer to the spirit and the soul, many things are analyzed in terms of how to compare it all, meaning how we perceive the Almighty as incorporeal and formless. Therefore, it's very important to understand that through the concept of the spirit, through the concept of awareness of the Almighty, we give Him the only definition. We call Him Ein Sof, the infinite.
In Christianity, there is also such a concept as the internal and external human. During the research performed by participants of the Universal Grain Project, it has become clear who the internal human is. The internal human is the one who a person actually is, that is, personality, spirit, ruach. A question arises, how to live by the spirit? And for this, it's important to know who you are, an angel or a beast, and to make a choice, to be inevitably dead or eternally alive. The true meaning of human life, as Igor Mikhailovich says, is the attainment of God's love.
And love is what? True love is happiness. He should attain happiness, and happiness is what? It is life. And these are three components, so to say, well, not three components, all this is the same, but they are inseparable. Love, happiness, which altogether gives life. And life cannot be either without love or without happiness. If inside a person there is no happiness, there is no love for God's world. If he doesn't experience its reciprocal, let's say, component, it's when the spiritual world loves, then the person doesn't live.
Arabic is a very self-explanatory language, and by studying its etymology, one can understand and find grains of the primordial knowledge. Various things were studied, including the word ruh, which is very important for the Arabic language, because it also means the spirit. Ruh al-Quds is the Holy Spirit. One of the meanings is also personality, but the most interesting thing is that the verb rawaha had the same root with this word and means to return home. Why does the word personality, the word spirit, and the verb return home have the same root? In fact, there is nothing strange about it, because in the primordial knowledge of all people around the world, it is written that a person has only one home. And here we can't help recalling the words from ALLATRA, that only the soul has a true home, and it's the soul that, yearning for eternity, begets the sense of home, for which man searches his entire life.
It follows from the scripture that the human soul has a special connection with the divine spirit. For God made man a living being and breathed into him of his spirit. The description of nafs says that it is also invisible, which is fundamentally different from the ruh, namely the spirit of man.
The spirit in the Bible sounds as ruach, and a quote from ALLATRA, and the spirit of God, in the Russian transcription, Ruach Elohim, comes from the ancient Semitic root, which is related to the Arabic ruh. Interestingly, in some Slavonic languages, such as Ukrainian, Belarusian and Polish, the word ruh is translated as to act, action. In the German language, there is also the word ruh, which has the same meaning.
I would like to share that after reading the book ALLATRA, and watching programs with Igor Mikhailovich Danilov, reading the Quran, you already see these universal grains and how important it is to be with Allah internally, to be with Him, to love, to live by this.
The ruh, in Arabic, is translated as the soul. In the Quran, Allah said that ruh, it is ruhullah, means the soul created by Allah. Why does the soul relate to Allah? Because the Almighty makes the soul magnificent, and the human soul is also the sign. The soul is a great creation. To encroach on a human soul is considered to be a great mortal sin. The Almighty says, "The soul is of the affair of my Lord, and mankind have not been given of knowledge except a little." It gained pure information, meaning the divine. If this soul has gained revelations, then it transforms the pure into action. It is a transformation of our actions. It is a translation of what is inside our soul.
It becomes clear that the spiritual component is crucial in the life of every person, and this is precisely what gives a meaning to life.
After all, the main goal of human life is to develop the spiritual component in oneself. As they also say in various cultures, to achieve spiritual liberation and merge with one's soul.
It's a process when a person is transformed into a new spiritual being and becomes eternally alive. And we have found references to it in ancient sources and cultures. There is also the concept of liberation of a person, namely when he is still in the body, and this notion is called Jivamukta. Mukti also sounds very similar to the word Makti, Moj, which means to be able to, like power that is given to us by the power of Allat, which is precisely what gives us this liberation.
Participants of the Universal Grain Project decided to conduct a research in live communication with scientists and representatives of various cultures and religions. In the roundtable discussion with people from different countries, a more profound understanding of the spiritual liberation of a human has been revealed. It has become clear that people are willing to share their inner understanding and knowledge that has been preserved in their cultures as one family. We talked about love, about the spiritual world, how to become an angel, to become eternally alive, and at one of such meetings, the concept of Jivan Mukta was revealed. This understanding was shared by the independent director Snehatalika, who took part in the first film The Choice. She got very inspired by the idea and took the initiative to expand the topics of the Universal Grain Project even more.
I take your question as Jivan Mukti. Jivan means life, Mukti means salvation. Coming to the word Jivan Mukti, or the life salvation of the life, there are two ways, the physical and the spiritual meaning. But the true salvation is not about dying physically, that we die with our own constraints in the mind. We die with our own mental barriers. We die because some unseen things that we are creating around us, that is actually dividing us to accept, receive, or share the true love.
Once you connect with your spiritual body, then the jiva returns stronger, the personality of you gets stronger and gets centered into the soul, which is where the love is. There is no discrimination, nothing. That love only comes once you identify yourself as a soul and not as a body.
In chapter 33 of the book Tao Te Ching, there are the following words: "He who knows people is wise. He who knows himself is enlightened." In Lao Tzu's Tao Te Ching translation into Russian, in the book Finding Yourself in Tao, there is the following expression: "Salvation means returning to yourself, returning to the root, returning home." So, in order to gain enlightenment, spiritual liberation, you need to know your true self, know yourself as a spirit.
It is out to which source we come, we will born on earth, and it is that are these different divine forces, like strength, thoughts, and love. This is common for all the human beings. Human being can only exist if he is built out of love. The building of human being is divine love. I am absolutely sure that we have to go to the sphere to angel, but as a conscient human being.
The soul that we have during this life, we would try to understand what is the purpose in this life, not thinking about the real values in this life, what is our purpose, and how to use not only our physical being, but also our spiritual one.
It is scientifically proven that absolute love and absolute truth lie at the basis of spirituality. A person can be considered spiritual if a spark of the divine is shining in him, if in his thoughts and actions he relies on the law of God. What kind of law is that? The law of truth and justice, the law of love and mutual support. The one who in his thoughts and actions relies on this, and whose work serves the future. Such a person is considered spiritual. I mean the one who loves, and who creates on the basis of love, and promotes love, and manifests the love himself. You cannot teach to love without loving, and wanting to be loved. I, first of all, love.
And that's where the simplicity is. What is life and when is it formed? Life is when you are full of love. You are just filled with love and you are a source of love. And when does this happen? Precisely then, when the system ceases to influence you. Love is, again, love, joy, happiness, right? No matter how we describe this, internal. It's exactly that power which personality begins to possess. It's a full-fledged life of the personality. If during this lifetime a person hasn't started to live, nothing will happen to him after the death of this physical body. Let's take a cocoon in which a butterfly gets born. And so, a caterpillar has just pupated, and we take this cocoon and tear it apart. What will happen? Will the butterfly come out of it? There will be, pardon me, neither the caterpillar nor the butterfly anymore. This will be death. However, a human being is not a butterfly and not a caterpillar, right? Therefore, he should have, first of all, freedom from the system itself. When it doesn't need him, when he spends this power of attention, the power of life on coming into contact with the spiritual world, when he sends his attention and his love to the spiritual world, he receives 100 times more. This is accumulating in him, and it gives him true life.
When we began to examine the word angel, we came to the conclusion that an angel is a messenger of light, a messenger of God's grace, a person who shines with God's light. And we found in Christianity, this was a great insight for us, that an angel is not some creature drawn on an icon with wings. No, it's a real person who by this way of joy, the way of love for everything that exists, for God first and foremost, has discovered the source in himself. It is this very person, and this is exactly what God's plan is. Every one of us can and actually wants to do that. This is really what we came here for.
The concept of the true has been associated with the concept of life since ancient times.
Interestingly, the first letter in the word жизнь, life in Russian, resembles the symbol of spiritual liberation of a human.
This symbol is also called a bug symbol. It is described in the book ALLATRA, and I will quote: "The process of reaching such a spiritual fusion, enlightening, perceiving the truth, in ancient times was designated with a symbol that looked like a bug. Notably, it was originally placed in reference to a personality which has matured spiritually, regardless of whether it was a woman or a man. Often, the arms in this sign were depicted with a symbolic sign of Allat, while the legs were in the form of two spirals twisted in different directions." It's very interesting that this word, life, жизнь, in its truest meaning, that which leads to God, is symbolically similar to the primordial knowledge that was brought into the world and available now as a symbol of spiritual liberation.
It's interesting that nowadays in China, there is a hieroglyph which indicates an exit, like a bug of transformation, of spiritual liberation. In China, they have preserved it too. We have mentioned the Slavic peoples, the letter Z, and the place it holds in the alphabet. And the same interesting tendency is observed among many nations.
So, I would like to share with you what meaning this hieroglyph conveys today. The main meaning is to go out, to come out, to appear, to produce, to rise, to occur, to sprout. The bug, that is, the true hieroglyph, to go out, is like a prefix itself, as if it means some action.
In ancient times, all nations were aware of the true meaning of the bug symbol. They understood very well that the main purpose of a human is to come to God as a mature spiritual being, filled with gratitude and love.
After all, the most important thing for personality is to start living, to come to his or her spiritual integrity, to unite with his or her soul.
A human has a chance, during his life, to unite his personality with the soul, to gain spiritual maturity and escape into the seventh dimension, nirvana, heaven. In other words, to achieve spiritual liberation.
Over time, the bug symbol began to be interpreted differently in different nations, but its essence is still the same, even if the terminology is different. Even though it was denoted by a letter W or Z, raised hands, a bug in a frog pose, it is in fact the same symbol. It is a symbol of a person's spiritual liberation.
For us in Africa, symbol is very important. They represent what we want to say that we cannot say in words. Africans have a lot of symbols to tell them. And where do you find the symbols? You find the symbols in the shrines of the divinities. Symbols would explain what is meant by different religious beliefs of the people. So that is why symbols, and when you look at that, it's like Christianity. In Judaism, you have symbols. In Islam, you have symbols. In Asiatic religion, Hinduism, and you have a lot, Buddhism, you have these symbols. What the symbols want to do is to give you a deeper meaning. They are pointers to something you don't see physically. That's what symbols are all about. But don't forget that we have said that there's a connectivity of humans all over the world because they actually originated from the same source. When you go through history, when you go through geographical differences and you produce these symbols, you will see commonality, depicting the fact that people right from the beginning have this common origin.
We have got such an understanding that the ancients left us signs that could be found around every corner. You just need to pay attention to this in order to know their deep meaning. So what is the essence, the meaning of human life? It is spiritual self-improvement, the knowing of eternal love and spiritual liberation.
My sister, this is all you have to use together. I can't exploit these things for my personal things. This is, we are sharing ourselves. We have to respect our spirituality. We have to respect the religion. We have to respect the unity of the human beings and brotherhood of international wise. We have to use that. We have to use our unity and the equality and everything, the development of human beings, personal and international level.
Ancient people always knew and understood that the internal component was the basis of their lives. And as a confirmation of this, there are many symbols, signs and archaeological findings in different cultures on all the continents. They lived by universal spiritual values and valued life in its highest meaning. Public service conducted around the world by the participants of the Universal Grain Project confirm that people still feel and know about this. They say that we are united by common spiritual values, by the inner component, which is the same for all people, regardless of religion, nationality, and place of residence.
What unites all people all around the world internally, independent of their religion, age, nationality, and so on. What common we have all?
Spirit, the human spirit. The human spirit exists in us all. We all are, born into this land, and we all have this fire in us that just expands and expands.
So I feel like all of us have a feeling and a need which is the same because we got same creator. We all need love. The angel part must prevail because the angel part is the one which makes us to live in harmonious society. Sharing about this idea will help people to realize that they have soul and they have internal things that makes every people the same.
No matter the religion, no matter where you come from, no matter the color, we are one. Of course, we want the good part of a person to dominate, and that's the angel part. With the angel part comes all these qualities: love, we have peace, we have friendship, we have kindness. And those are the things that the world really needs. Because if you look at the beast, then we have all these wars, hatred between people, and we don't need that as a world. So I think the angel has to be the dominant part of the person. The good part has to come out. And that way, the world will be able to proceed in a good way.
The humanity will be the main key aspect for everything. So that might be the heart of a human being, about what unites the people. That's what I say. The humanity everywhere.
The concept of a human is very extensive, very broad, and it's difficult to describe it in one word. But I will tell you that one should be a human, you see? And this word encompasses everything: human, humaneness, love. These are the things that should be an inseparable part of a human.
Love is life. We are born in love. We wake up in love every morning. Thus, our every minute is love.
All of us are very different, but we are all united by trust, faith, and care for each other. Love is the most important thing in the world. It's the most wonderful and valuable feeling.
Does love live in the soul of every person?
Of course, if there is no love, it's just a corpse. Love is nothing but a conductor between people. Thanks to love, we're talking with you like this. If there was no love, the world would be empty, indifferent and boring. To live means to love. I think it's exactly love that gives meaning to people's lives.
Love, God, nature, I think they are all one thing connected together. If you think about it, it's love we all aspire for. Love is the answer.
It is love. If there is love, then I believe that we will never have problems.
Love is the thing. This is the life-giving principle. And that's why I sing about it. And not only do I sing about it, but I consider, again, my responsibility is to be so in that love that I can transmit it.
All people all over the world are born with a light inside of them, a goodness inside of them.
Goodness is universal. There's no language. Everybody can relate to being kind, being good. That's what I think can unite people of the world.
If we would like good to win, you are very right, have to cultivate a kind of good inside. And once you are in peace with yourself, you will find a way to love the others.
The first thing is to forgive, to love, to create, to be a honeybee. Yeah, a bee builds everything, right? We should create, and then we'll be fine.
What unites us all on the whole planet Earth, regardless of where we live, who we are by nationality, and what our religion is?
Heart, smiles, joy. We should open up. Life is very short. We should live. You have to wake up, open your eyes with a smile, and live. That's it. You don't know when the heart will stop beating, so you need to be happy.
I think hearts unite. Unite when a person thinks, when he has views on the world, on life, when people have the same values, they unite. What is common for all countries is that when people talk, during the conversation, they smile at each other. And it is very important to share positive energy. It is in every country and unites everyone.
A human has come into this world only to do good and to love, and everything else, as they say, is relative. The most important thing is love and friendship.
When we talk, it is absolutely unimportant that we belong to some religion or speak some language. What is important is how we feel each other. You think these are strangers from another country, but they help me and I help them. And this way, we do something good, and now I have many friends.
I believe that we should live in a world common to everyone, regardless of their country, regardless of the city. Let's take all the best from different parts of the world and become like a huge bowl with a mixture of cultures, traditions, and everything else.
Usually when I travel to somewhere and then I don't know the language, and then if I see someone smiling, then I will feel friendly, and then it's like I can communicate and talk, maybe not with words, but share the common experience, happiness. There's a lot of things that we share in common.
I think that all the people in the world can live as one family. I think everybody has peace in their hearts, and I think it's definitely a goal that we should all strive to succeed in.
If we have the feeling of humanity, that is which is going to unite we all.
All of us are connected through our love and through our humanity and respect and dignity, and nobody's above another person because of color or religion or ethnicity. We're all are equal, and that's kind of what connects us.
The fact is that to a certain extent, all of us are personalities, and all of us are human beings. We have something in common which unites all of us. We're united by feelings that we all experience. We all feel such things. It is what enables us to unite, to be in unity. In my humble opinion, there are such concepts as religion, concepts of what is right and what is wrong, but there is something standing higher than that. It is the value of a human and of love, because love and the very fact of being a human is above skin color, nationality, above all of this. I believe that this is exactly what unites us.
Everybody has something inside that goes back to their essence. There's this pure love that we have very deeply inside. And when everyone is united by this, there's nothing else that is saying in front of it, of love, of being kind.
Every person has a soul, and every person is, first of all, a personality. The main thing is our spiritual essence. It's the main thing which unites us, regardless of where we are from, what our skin color, height, gender, and so on is. In any case, life is given to every person so that, regardless of the religion he belongs to, he would come to God, so that a person would come to know and feel him.
I believe that love unites us, and I believe that God is love, Creator God. So even though I know there's all different walks of life, all different religions and cultures, I still believe that Creator God is beneath all of that, even though for some we may see that differently.
All of us are united by the soul, by love. True love is when it is very warm in one's soul.
Love means to love life. When a person loves life, then he loves other people too, because the same life flows in every human being.
Everyone can realize peace and quiet, and everyone can also, give and touch each other. We shouldn't have a jealous each other. The rest of the religion, they do have those kinds of things exactly. Yeah. Just only find the people, everyone was a little bit changed. But every Buddha wants to be peace and the quiet.
Definitely, if a person wants to change something, then first of all, he must start with himself.
It seems to me that the most important thing is kindness, a soul and a human heart. A person with faith is the one who is truly living love for the Almighty. It is impossible to describe him. One must feel him.
What also unites us as living beings is that we are all eternal souls. We are spiritual particles. We are not these material physical bodies, we are all one spiritual family. And the realization of this helps us achieve true happiness, love for God and for each other.
I agree with the idea that one needs to be a human before a person is a Christian or belongs to Hinduism or he's a Sikh or a Muslim. First of all, he's a human with his experience and story and his upbringing. Yet, first and foremost, a person is a human, and what unites us is this feeling.
Well, as people, humanity unites us all together. It doesn't matter where we're from and how do we look and what we embrace and what we worship. Humanity unites us all, and the human value that we are created equal, that's what unites people together. We should prevail the angel side, which is the spiritual side of us. We must be friendly, we must welcome and accommodate people, and we must accept everybody as they are, because the angel part of the spirituality gives somebody a chance to look at the other side, to look at the good and positive side of themselves, not only but the internal and external people as well. It's important because we want to make this world a better place and to build it, not to destroy it. So we have to always show the friendly side of ourselves.
In my opinion, respect arises from an exchange, thanks to which we get to know the people around us and get to know ourselves. This helps us to see our essence, who we are, and it helps us understand that all of us have the same aspirations and the same love for our neighbor. And I see this in all people with whom I meet every day, everywhere.
I think that it is kindness, understanding, and again, love. In my opinion, this is everywhere. The more open the heart is, the simpler, perhaps, communication is. Neither nationality nor religion matters here.
Love for life, that unites us most. We all love living. Everyone wants to be happy. I think that's the most unifying things that we might have in common.
But the most important thing for us is to understand that no matter what condition you are in, it's necessary to learn to understand yourself. Whether you are rich or poor, it plays no role in how happy you are in life. You should feel happy no matter what.
What sets us apart from the animal world is the ability to love. This is love. Love for one's neighbor, love for God. This is what makes a person happy. Material things do not make us happy. The spiritual makes us happy. Because happiness is a spiritual category, not a material one.
In a society where you can be really happy if you put on your nice suit in the morning, you think, wow, I look really good. Well, I don't, but somebody else would. But we all know that buying more stuff, as nice as it sometimes is, that's not happiness.
Exactly.
No, happiness lives in your heart. It lives inside of you. It lives in the relationships you have, your friends, your loved ones, your family. But even that is not true. It really only lives in you. Change yourself first. If you are not taking care of the environment, or if you are not nice to the neighbors or the community in which you live, then why would you expect anyone else to do that? And once you open up your eyes for the impact you have on people or on the environment, you will automatically change your behavior. Because I have to have a fundamental belief in my job, and that is, at the core, most people are good people.
Because initially our nature is to create good, to socialize, to help our neighbors, in order for good to overcome evil. And what form of victory that will be, it already depends on us. Let's move from a little victory to a big victory, and we shall reach our goal. There will be a kind and normal society.
We should try by our example to be honest, to do good things, to play a responsible role. Wherever we are, whatever our station in life, we should relate in a good way with our colleagues. Even if you're not an ambassador, still you should show by your example, your willingness to help other people. That's very important, yes.
The main thing is not what you usually do, but to do everything with love for God. That's what I think, and the girls agree with me. That nothing happens without kindness, love, and faith.
We have a soul, a spiritual connection. This unites all people, and nationality doesn't matter. It's a component given by God, an angel's part. People should be kind to each other. I believe that God is one, and no matter how we call Him, a particle of God is in us.
God is the beginning of all beginnings. The concept of Ene means mother. It's the one who gives life. It is that divine power which accompanies a person from his birth to his death. It is life energy. And why is Ene a prefix? Because it means a mother giving birth to life.
Life. Life. It is in us. And we should try to live our life in such a way that when we leave, there is at least one good deed left behind.
We are united first and foremost spiritually. Regardless of whether a person is a Muslim, a Christian or a Jew, we all have internal spiritual qualities that are common for all. Each person has freedom. And it is exactly this spiritual freedom which is the main thing that unites us.
Life is the main value for a human being. Life is a certain period of time. It is time. And I think that we, as humans, should understand that the time given to us for an experiment called life is precisely the main value. The more a person opens up and trusts, he opens up more and more like a flower. People blossom and unite.
Everyone has a thirst for life. That's one common thing we have. Life, human life in all its form. But in life there's so many things. There's love, compassion, there's a feeling of goodness, not only for yourself, but for the people you love.
Love is what we live by. It is that positive and good that unites us.
We all have a desire to live. First of all, when a child comes into this world, he has the will to live and the joy of life. If you are able to keep it, then of course that's a gift. It's important to keep it throughout your entire life.
It seems to me that all people are somehow connected by the same search to love and be loved.
Internally, of course, it's goodness in the first place. The kindness that is inspired first of all by our environment, our mothers, our families, our entire environment. When everyone is having fun and kindness is all around, it will be instilled in everyone.
It's just a love of life, for example, is a happiness that you have toward other human beings.
Love for one's neighbor, love for the world around us, and kindness are really the foundation of the foundation.
As humans, we try to find a common ground between us. It is love.
What unites us? Love. Love and sincerity. Love and beauty is what saves the world. This unselfish love is what changes a person, because neither money, no power, no prestige can give this state of true fulfillment. A person is completely open to the sacrament of love.
To love another person is to see the light of God, and for me, that describes what true love is. And I think it's important to have that community so that we can understand how to not only best live within ourselves and what drives us, but to live in a community that we are a part of and that will always keep us kind of in check and in motion.
Love is what unites all inhabitants of this blessed earth, given to us by God. It is love, heart. It is joy which may be radiated through a look or a smile. This is exactly the harmony of life.
I believe that in the modern world, perhaps one of the values is freedom. It's not simply freedom as we are accustomed to perceiving it in the sense of freedom and liberty of the state and division of borders, but freedom of a human being when a person can remain himself. When a person is happy and harmonious within himself, he doesn't interfere with other people's lives, and he conveys a bit of this freedom to other people. I would really like people to be united by both freedom and liberty, as well as by sincerity and openness towards each other.
As for what unites people, I would say that it's communication and love, freedom, peace, and joy. And we all carry it within ourselves. And our goal is to awaken it within ourselves, to discover and share it further with others, to lead them to their true nature as well, to their essence. Love is God. God is love. And I will return to this true nature, because this is what we are created from, owing to what we live. I think love is in the soul. It is the essence, the light that continues its journey with this love. Because this is that very love. and each of us carries this piece of the whole. Love, true nature. That's what we carry within us. And I would also compare that to freedom.
That person who has felt the higher nature inside himself will no longer strive to manifest the lower nature, because this feels higher. Because when a person finds the best in himself and in the others, he just feels it much more. This pure love is what unites. As I understand, this love comes from the pure source, which everyone has.
And so I think it is important that we connect with the essence of who we are. If you are spiritual and you're believing in a higher power, that you behave and act in a way that reflects that.
I believe it is important to know that there is someone above who gave us life. Then life has a meaning.
God created us for a reason. He gave us a higher, so to say, power, a soul which is inside of us, and we should unfold it and feel those very wings inside ourselves, exactly like angels have, as they are depicted.
For me, it's the supreme being of the entire world. It's impossible to give a definition of God. God just is. This is what we believe in. Maybe He's not visible, but He exists. All of us are very different, but we are all united by trust, faith and care for each other. Love is the main thing in the world, the most wonderful and valuable feeling.
Love is warmth and kindness. It is what the human soul carries.
Our soul is certainly the most valuable part every person has. Only the soul, because thanks to it, we're actually humans.
My soul, it says, all people are equal, no matter what religion you have, Christianity or Muslim or Hindu or any other religion, right? It has nothing to do here. Simply all people are same.
Everything begins with one feeling, the feeling of love. There is such a saying, return good for good. We carry good and we receive good in response. There is no other way. Therefore, everything should be cultivated on good, on that very humaneness.
I understand humanity as compassion, the desire and ability to come to the aid of one's neighbor, philanthropy, charity, and finally our common community.
Nevertheless, was the background we came from, social, religious, cultural or educational background, end of the day we are all human beings. We are in this world to add value to our societies, to our new generation, and to have always progress and development.
The main thing is what is in your heart, because the human being begins with his heart. Neither financial success, nor any achievements, awards, medals, or crowns are important. All this is empty, but we have one thing in common, that we are human beings. And when we are born, we really have an opportunity to change something. We are born with love in our hearts, and our main task and goal is simply not to lose this love.
And still, I feel we are here to learn and share love, basically. You know, I think that's at least that's for me. It seems to be the focus to live in a way that I'm aware of the oneness of everything.
Anyway, this natural divine love for each other is hidden in us, as there is love for parents, for people. After all, there are people who can just love without waiting for something in exchange. This love exists. I believe that everything is based solely on love.
What unites us all is humanity. We should act as one united race, one united human beings. These values are really like what shapes humanity. When we think of morality, we think of these good deeds toward others, these good feelings of one another. Those things can never be found in another kingdom, but human beings. So human being is like is nothing without his morality, without his sensations, without his feeling toward his brother human beings, his fellow human beings.
Nobody likes to be alone. Everybody would like to have someone to share something. And I think that everyone here in this world should try to help another people. We need to learn how to be really kind to other human beings, to stop wars, to stop a lot of things. We really need. And I think in this field you are doing a very good job. Your videos are very good in that, showing how to help yourself and help other people.
Everybody wants to live in peace. Yeah, so in peace for themselves, for the children, for the generations after us. So I think this is a wish that's very common.
When people are really unite each other, they are happy. And they don't think about all the difference that other guys want to give up. Less religion, less politics, all the other things like races, because at the end of the day, everybody of us just want to be happy to enjoy their life.
Yeah. The thing that unites people, regardless of their religion, culture, is the flexibility to understand different cultures, to live peacefully with oneself and the other person. We need to pay attention to everything that we do. Whatever we say, every single action has got a consequence.
God in different languages is called Allah, Buddha, so many different names. In our languages, God is Bayame. There is one people, one love. If all can live as one people, one love, there will never be wars. Just seeing everyone as equal. Everybody has to be equal. No one is higher and no one is lower. All the same. If everybody, all people have that mentality, that outlook, everyone can live together. It's not people that create wars. Governments create wars. Media creates wars. And then people listen and people hatred. But why? When we are kids, we don't see different colors. When we grow up, all of a sudden we listen to the silly things in the news and decide we got enemies there. We need to encourage love, love for everyone.
First, when the Creator created us, we've got the human part in us, regardless of religion and beliefs and some other parts. So what unites us as a people is our beliefs as a human being.
Every person has this, the soul, or I don't know what to call it, that which can unite everyone. And being every person, it's a universal principle. And in each of us, when I look into a person's eyes, I see him. The presence of something that this person has forgotten about, but what he once was.
Doesn't matter in which country, in which stereotypes you have to this country, people are just people. Humanity, it's something that everybody's got. And I think that's something that can unite people, doesn't matter where they're from, because also in Russia and also in Turkey, I don't know, in Australia, there are people who want to follow their heart, who want to reconnect with people. And I think it was not a language or culture or whatever will unite us, but really these kind of things of the heart. You can call it spirit, you can call it love, you can call it God, but I have it in my heart. I think we are representing a generation who want to speak a common language again, who want to reconnect. We all come from a different culture and a different country, we spoke different languages, but we find something in common, which is music, which is a spirit, which is our dream, something in our soul. And it's something in common that we are finding also with our fans all over the world.
Humans are humans, everyone, even it's from the India or even with America, I find it being here, everyone's emotions are same. All humans are same. So respect each other, respect the individuality with them, and serve others, help in whatever way you can. That's fine. That's the way you can find the purpose in your life. If I respect you, there is more love between them. Basically, an individual, everyone are good souls. Every person is born as a baby, which they are angels. If everyone love each other, it will be so nice to live, leaving their egos, leaving their dignity, whatever position they are. Being an angel, even you are a stranger, if we smile each other, if we greet each other, if we help each other, we will be more peaceful, he will be more peaceful, and everything in the world will be more peaceful.
I had such an inner need to join the Universal Grain Project. I'm so happy indeed, because I see how many people burn with this desire to know God. There are so many of you, there are so many of us all together. It really inspires, and this is just very joyful. That there is an opportunity to know that there is such a movement, and I'm so grateful to everyone who joins, who studies this, because all this brings so much joy and this very feeling of family, unity. And I'm so grateful to God that we have such a chance.
Do you support the initiative of participants of ALLATRA International Public Movement?
Of course, I am very much happy to share my this time with you. I am very pleasure to see you this the organization. Also, I am one of the active member of your this society, international society. We have to sit together. We have to discuss. We have to open our hearts and share our feelings. ALLATRA human being humanities, it's very, you are doing very major roles to develop the humanity international level. I appreciate your work. It will reach international level, and day by day it will be developed. Inshallah, I hope a good future in this society, inshallah.
Thank you so much for being there. Thank you for doing this. And it's very cool that you are doing this not locally in Ukraine, but from the very start. This is done on an international scale, because it seems to me that Ukrainians like me, we will be joining you. Because we hear you as a Ukrainian. I can hear an Australian, I can hear a Canadian, I can hear a Hindu, an Azerbaijani, a Georgian, and so on. And this is probably what true unity of mankind actually is. Because I have never heard of any other movement that would unite humanity as a whole.
ALLATRA is the best qualities in a person. It is honor, it is conscience, it is love, it is the soul of a person. This is what God has breathed into each and every one of us. This is what sets us apart from the animals and unites each and every one of us. I am speaking with you honestly and openly today. It is time for all of us to lay aside all of our differences. It is time for all of us to unite. Together, let us all reign victorious over the forces of life so that our children and their children have a future. We want future generations to live in a state of happiness, health, wealth, and peace.
So I think it's very important to have conferences and meetings like this and bring people who are thoughtful leaders who can start planting the seed towards finding part solutions, even though we may not find all the solutions, but at least create a part solution that we can start working on.
Recently on TV and on the internet, we often hear talks about politics, about prices, and some other values. But today's teleconference sets a serious challenge before all of us. What should be done so that we become closer, smarter, and kinder? To do that, we actually need to meet more often on an international scale and discuss all these issues. I think that if there was a global unification, like the one which is taking place now, we would be able to do a lot.
Of course, the environment may change, but those questions that people ask themselves when going to bed in the evening, did they do everything right during the day? Did they make anyone happy? These questions are the same everywhere. There are no boundaries for them. I have friends in Japan, in Peru, and other countries. But it doesn't feel like they are in some other place. When I communicate with them, they are next to me, and it doesn't matter how far away they are.
Just as someone who was raised as a Christian, being invited to go to a Buddhist temple or a Hindu temple or a mosque, everyone is very welcoming, and they all embody the spirit of compassion, and I think also the universal grain, as we're talking about here, as well.
There is a question that we have already asked many people from more than 140 countries of the world in the framework of the Universal Grain Research Project. This project was initiated by people themselves in order to find universal grains, grains of truth in all cultures and religions of the world. And this question is, what unites all people, regardless of religion, nationality, skin color? What do we all have in common?
People are born on earth for self-fulfillment, and this process of self-fulfillment depends on the tasks that society takes on. Self-realization is, after all, the success of all, so that everyone wins in this self-fulfillment, so that it leads to shared interests and results, and everyone feels happy. If you want to be happy, if you want to be self-fulfilled, if you want to help others, do not put off till tomorrow morning. Do not put off till Monday or January 1st. Start doing it today. That's what the happiness is about. Help those in need. Do what you've been putting off till later. Step by step, this harmony will be created.
Besides gratitude, there is also a sense of unity, which consciousness really does not understand. Because people on different continents seem to do some completely different things. But it feels like every time you plunge into this communication with one family in its real meaning. It even changes the understanding of the meaning of what real life is. The understanding is totally altered by this example. The example of unity, the example of common action, which has no external goal, but as a rapid stream flows from each person and gathers into one flow.
Why do I say society is important? Because, for example, when we love each other, we are on the same level. Then there is peace, right? And then 100% I can choose the best way and the right way. And when all the people in the world support each other, I have the opportunity to make the right choice. I'm not just supporting. I'm saying it's a wonderful job. Why? Because your project enables all countries, all cultures, different people to express their opinions. This project enables one to get more information and better understanding. You are outside of politics and religion. You are just talking about a human being. And I'm proud to be here today.
Well, absolutely, and the beauty of it is it's in so many countries. I understand it's in 140 countries. Well, that is just amazing, and what it does is it makes us realize our similarities instead of our differences. And, you know, for people to share and see they're on the same page, there's nothing that could be more important, really, to be focusing on the positive and giving people opportunities to share an experience in such a real way. So how important is it? I think, you know, the health of the planet and our future depends on it.
And look around us, you know what is going on. There is a chronic issue about being moral, being ethical. You know, these days when companies are hiring and looking for people, they're not looking for people with qualifications. They're looking for who's ethical and who's not. So that just tells you how time has changed, and we have to respond to that need. And you have to be the change. And to be the change, you have to first change yourself. Be compassionate about other people. If they're sad, bring happiness to them. If they're poor, contribute with them. So in every small way, if you can impact one life at a time, and if you make that change in that person's life, that person will pay it forward, and it will become a chain reaction, and the world will be so much better thanks to them.
Because in the 21st century, we say, is the highest understanding of civilization, and wars are going on. Couldn't humanity have already developed such spiritual approaches to prohibit wars, or even eliminate them from our lives? Find the universal grain that unites us. Therefore, we are going to look for this universal grain, so that we find our human, true, God-inspired understanding which will allow us to develop our human civilization further.
First of all, I want to thank you for the opportunity to take part in this serious project. To tell you the truth, when I was participating in it, I didn't even realize what a large-scale serious project I was participating in. I'm delighted, shocked, grateful, and overfilled with positive emotions because there are so many caring people in the world. The fact that both young people and gray-haired sages turn their attention to what is eternal, to the concept of God, impresses, inspires, and gives faith in the future of this beautiful universe. I care about this topic, and it is close to me, as I have been studying the issue of spirituality for many years, and my doctoral research has been devoted to the study of this topic. As my thesis supervisor, academician Maximenko, said, personality begins with love. This is a very deep understanding. The relationship between people and the personality itself is the carrier of the divine in itself. And this is love. These are absolute love and absolute truth. These two principles, these two levers. If love reigns among people, then there will not only be wars or misunderstandings, but we will have harmony, we will have peace and grace. And this is proven by all the participants in the Universal Grain Project, that people are united by something that can no longer separate, by love.
University Grain is a project, a social project, and also is a spiritual project. Why? Why we need to participate in this project? This project, it will be able to help us to create a human unity. And also throughout this project, we can work together in order to protect the humanity. The University Grain is like a platform, is like an institution to educate people in order to look or to take on some values, some good values.
I mean, the ideal world for me is that everybody lives in peace and people respect each other, no matter who they are. You respect Jewish people, you respect Muslim people, we should respect Catholic people, we should all respect each other's, whatever we all choose to be. We need to work on that. When good people stay quiet, evil thrives. So good people need to be doing more about it. Well done with your organisation. I think it's amazing, really amazing. Let it spread far and wide. The world needs to, it's a beautiful concept, The world needs more ALLATRAs, really, doesn't it? That's really what it's all about. If everybody could concentrate on something good, doing something good, that's exactly what you're doing, So fair play, well done.
If all your members are volunteers, this means that they are a believer in what you are doing. This means that they start to search and try to find their humanity. This means that there is something real they belong to. Without any interest, without any compensation, you succeed and your program succeed together. Such these members and great people to believe in the message, this means that you have something to give to the universe.
And the task of those who have this grain is to let this lotus flower grow in magnificent color, so that loving hearts and souls of people become united on this flower. And the more there are such people, the more love is transmitted to the world. The more there are those people who begin to join this world. And I believe that the highest manifestation of love is unity on the basis of love. The unity of people not only within a family, but of people who belong to other peoples and nations. When we are a single healthy whole on the basis of love. And then I believe humanity will have a great future.
We believe that God made us all alike. I'm very happy to note that ALLATRA professes the same objective of working towards making the life of all human beings in the world happy, free, and beautiful. ALLATRA has really noble cause and noble objectives. We have to work with them and for them. Let us get united and let us work for unity and harmony in the entire world.
We should act. All that you have, knowledge, strength, mind, everything should be directed towards this goal. We shouldn't be afraid that not everyone understands. We go forward and we act. And I look at your movement. You act. You look for ways how to reach out to a human being, to open his mind, heart and soul. We must go forward, forward and forward. Everything should be directed towards a single goal, to create a space of good and love everywhere around.
In the program Consciousness and Personality, from the inevitably dead to the eternally alive, it was said that when you love, you act. And I also recall the words of Igor Mikhailovich that when the fire of God's love is burning in you, it's impossible to hold it in. And I would like to note and thank all the participants of the movement, all the participants of the Universal Grain Project for these actions that you are actually doing. Like many people shared and said today, how joyful it is to watch ALLATRA TV programs and how much more of this love is multiplied within you when you begin to act and when you join this common process of creation in love. I'm so grateful that this spiritual love is multiplying in the world. And as it was also said, there will be more and more of this light every year. It is thanks to such actions that there is more light in the world. These actions with love and sight in our hearts and souls make us freer. Therefore, thank you everyone very much once again for multiplying this love, that there is more light, and there will be more of it, through such sincere actions. Thank you everyone.
I think if we, each of us, share our love, and respect to each other, we will have a better place in this world and also a better harmony. Unity in diversity. Bhinneka Tunggal Ika.
This world will be more beautiful when there is friendship between people across, say, continents, republics, or regions. Well, when people are friends, it makes the world more beautiful, I think. Everybody wants peace. We love peace, amity. We have a chance to live in peace all over the world. When there is peace, there is joy. And when there is joy, we feel good, we feel safe. I think that there should be safety in the world. I want any foreigner to feel at home. I want a world without conflicts, without wars. I have such a mentality that stands for peace.
To look at each other not from the point of view of a religious denomination, but look at inner qualities. If you have the light inside, you are virtuous. That means you are already close to God.
Everyone has one's own views, everyone has one's own religious beliefs, nationalities, whatever they may be. But if we respect each other and accept each other as we are, then everything will be perfect. We will have no wars and no conflicts. We will just have a wonderful life which everyone dreams of. We need to talk to each other and we should live as friends. We should always be together. If we communicate with each other like this, we will always have peace, love and nothing else but that.
People, when they join together, that time the society starts developing. People should have a unity between themselves, because without unity, a society cannot develop. Happiness, yes, bringing smile in others' face, yeah, helping them and
love for peace and harmony. That law of attraction brings us together because of having the same minds of love and peace. I feel that can bring us together.
Humaneness unites all of us. We are all human beings.
We're all human. We're all human beings with some basic values.
We are all humans. that is, I think, is the most common denominator that unites.
Inside we are all humans, okay?
Because we are all the same, just the color that is different, but we are just the same.
We all laugh and smile in the same way.
End of the day, we
see ourselves in other people.
We all want to live in a good condition.
Hope the world is full of the love and the peace.
There will be no war and everyone will be happy and enjoy their life.
We were created by God. We are, be black or white, and we have the image of God is in us, which is the soul.
We can find common stories and common experiences inspiring.
We rejoice that we're actually on this earth, that we're a single whole.
And whatever nationality or religion we are, we all have the same emotions and feelings which unite us and make us a single whole. These are, for instance, love and faith.
Regardless of whether we are in Africa, Europe, America or Asia, what unites us is that we are all human beings. We have one Creator who made us, people. We can develop our human qualities and act together. It's very important to talk about this at the international level. Humaneness, love and morality. These 3 points. If there is humaneness, there will be no problems.
All of us, humans, are creations of the Almighty, and we should all help each other. We should all be peaceful and kind, both in deeds and in words. The most important thing is to develop the spiritual part, because the spiritual part is exactly the most creative one.
The divine nature should prevail because it uplifts the society, and that divine nature you can cultivate by being more spiritual, being best human beings. Be nice to others, be nice to the society, to the neighbors, to the people we interact. Then slowly you will see God in all human beings, all charachar srushti you can see, you can feel God is in every. I'm so happy that you are doing this project, and my best wishes, and I would say, sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet.
We are all people. We all have to support each other, because no one is above another. Humanity is trying to create classes, but it should be just the opposite. There should be no one who is better or worse, because we are all just people. And there shouldn't be a difference between Indians, black, white, yellow, because we are all the same race, human, and we like being humans.
Of course, the whole universe is united by one energy, thanks to which the earth, trees and flowers appeared. This is love. Live in good conscience and everything will be fine. We have it too. Everyone has it here. It will give you a clue. It's our navigator. A book on how to live is written with this tool. The Lord made it possible for everyone to show their abilities and talents. Many people try to replace this with some kind of tinsel, somehow, somewhere. But they forget that life is short. For example, I'm 70 years old. They ask me, how did your life pass? How? Like an instant. It's not just me, ask any grandmother of 80 years old. An instant. Life is an instant. Time has neither past nor future. Time is fleeting in the universe, you see? Therefore, we forget that we are part of the universe, and we think that we will stay here forever. But here, only your cars, apartments, your houses will remain to decay. You see? Therefore, live in peace and let others live. Have compassion for your neighbor and give him a hand.
Everyone is a human being, you know, with family, with issues, with ambitions, with dreams, with hopes. So if we can just reach to just people around us within our circles of where we live, and just spread kindness, the importance of bringing people together, bridging cultures, creating understanding, promoting compassion, promoting positive universal values that make us all human, and it takes normal people in their normal circumstances, using their simple phones, using their simple things to sometimes change the world. And I hope I can work with you guys as well. Thank you, Sergey.
We would love to. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I noticed that every person is kind inside, no matter how much he tries to hide behind the mask, right? His environment can make him do this, but by default he expects this good from others as well. Therefore, it seems to me that these universal values have existed since time immemorial. They are and will probably always be our unifying and cementing layer.
When I travel abroad, I just see that the human beings are the same, but just the language and the culture is different, and at the end, all of us are just look like each other. The core is the same because just God created us just like from the same origin. So I think just people need to be close to each other, have the opportunity to be close to each other.
To keep the unity, you have to try and compromise with everybody.
It's absolutely necessary to ensure equality between people. There should be purity between people.
If all people respect one another, the world itself will be better too.
The most important thing is to think not only about ourselves, meaning we definitely should put selfishness away from us and think about other people as well. Then the entire world will certainly become better, and accordingly, a creative and constructive direction will develop.
We in Hinduism believe Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the whole world is family, your own family. You are a Christian, be a good Christian. You are a Muslim, be a good Muslim. I'm a Hindu, be a good Hindu. Respect each other. That's it.
I think that we could say that we're all one big family. The human race is one big family. You can show kindness and love to your fellow man.
Doesn't mean that I'm from Africa, or I'm from Europe, or I'm from Asia or wherever. We are just one family.
It doesn't matter where in the world you are, what nationality you belong to, what faith you profess. Each of us has children, each of us is a child, we all have families. Even if something goes wrong, eventually we still come to the roots. I believe that this is the starting point when no matter what nationality you belong to or who you are, you should not forget that we are all, to some extent, one big family, and we can always find mutual understanding on this planet.
We must use the greatest value that God has granted us. It is love. When we shine with it, when we gift it, when we share it, the world changes completely. This is what we must cultivate, nourish, nurture, and then safeguard it throughout our lives. We are not robots, we are alive. We are woven from tissues and emotions that actually drive the world. We must give each other emotions that will bring us together. This is that joint responsibility which is called the global world and called exactly our planet Earth. God sent us here. He created us exactly for this, so that we could learn to coexist without wars, without conflicts. Interpenetration of cultures, interpenetration of nations, historical heritage. Whatever we can offer each other with positivity and sincerity, we must share it.
Regardless of nations or religions, there are some common humanistic principles. I believe this is the unifying basis of all normal people, normal nations, who want to live in peace, want to be friends and to collaborate. It seems to me that these are things that are truly eternal. So I think these things are the path chosen by any normal country. I believe that this is that solid foundation which allows us to be friends and face the future with some optimism. Kindness is a very good quality. When everyone has this element, they forget about the color of your skin, about what religion you profess, what country you are from, and what language you speak. To me, that makes absolutely no difference. It would be wonderful if all people recognized that everyone around is near and dear to me.
I think what unites us is the humanity, that we meet, we all have different cultures. So when we come together, each one learns from another culture. What we can start building, number one, is we must care for one another. And secondly, we must learn to understand, wanting to unite and be together and learn from each other.
We have to share the difference of culture and not to reject the different culture. You have to think not only myself, but maybe you need is to think about all other people in the world.
It's important to accept people as they are. There has to be a place for all of us here.
But if we actually create an environment which will be comfortable for everyone, in which we won't behave like animals barking at one another, yes, I believe that would be a perfect world, and this is the way by which we can achieve it.
The best ways that we can become better is truly by just giving our lives to others, whether it's through serving, through volunteering, through just constantly thinking of others first, I think is key. And even though, yeah, we're born in dark times, we're born into darkness, I think that there are ways that the Creator displays His love throughout everywhere in the world, through His creation, through His people.
Love, God, compassion, I think they all fall under the same umbrella. We just give different names to it at different times. I do believe in a higher sense it's a conglomeration of different human aspects that make us better people. We have to make the choice to do the right thing, common good.
Collaboration or competition? Which model to choose? I choose collaboration. It is much more difficult, but it is much more effective and much more pleasant. It is like a revolution and evolution, 1,000 revolutions, but no revolution in any society in the world has ever benefited people. Only awareness and understanding who I am. Take a step and check. If I am calm, if I feel joy and love, then this is the right decision.
That people all over the world can feel abundant. You feel loved. And when you feel abundant, you want to give. I think it's changing. The world is changing very fast. And we have advantage of internet now, and people can see that peace is possible. Peace is possible. And now, like you see that, I'm from Nepal. I grew up in Nepal. As I see come here, we are same. We all want to get loved, and we just have to be very careful with TV. Really, people wants to sometimes they have a power to sell things that not healthy for the community, and it's a mass hypnotism. That's I would say you have to use that for love, not for greed. That's very important. For love always, and sharing, pure, be raw, real, and then I think the world will change.
It's visible that crimes, there are human trafficking, many ups and downs in every corner of the world. And one nation or individuals or any single agencies cannot combat certain ups and downs in terms of visible and invisible things that affect human beings. So we must combine our efforts. We must contribute from individual to national levels. So, and we must have a common goals. So we must recreate something, or we must have a common values that contribute good for the dignity and respect of human being.
Yes, we know that the situation in the world now is not so safely to live because of this war, conflict everywhere. But you know that love can fight for these things, yeah? And friendship, no border for friendship. We can friends each other. In the era of informations, we can change the good informations, not bad informations. Thank you very much for this moment, because however that you can spread these good things to the world, and how people thinking about what is the importance of living together, living in the peaceful, in the society. So thank you for this TV. We can live in the peaceful atmosphere in our society. Means that first of all we are thinking what is the same, what is the things that really unite us. Means that we talk about love, about friendship, and maybe we have to kick out all things, different things that made us separate each other. So thinking about what is the main things, what is the really unite us together, yeah? So I think that this is the very important things what if we would like to living in the peace world.
These questions should be raised. We shouldn't count on or pin our hopes on religions, parties or politics, because they are not interested in this. They are interested in turning society into a flock of sheep that doesn't think, doesn't feel, but only works like a machine for making money. What do they need from us? They need us to make money. We should raise these questions ourselves, starting with ourselves. We need to begin to ring and to shine. And then we shall indeed be able to show that we are stronger, that we can resist the material machine which is trying to crush us. I believe that people will be able to rise. I believe that people will live as a united, good society.
The world is divided upon different nationalities, different races, different cultures, but eventually what unites us for me is humanity. For me, humanity is the most important thing, as we're all human beings, we're all living the same life, we all should help each other, we should all respect each other. That's what ALLATRA mainly about. You can work as a group, you can work as a unity. It connects people from different races, connects people from different cultures, from different nationalities, without thinking that they have different religions or anything.
I'm very happy to be part of ALLATRA. In this time, we want to be connected and we want to be together, one as humans living in one planet.
It's indeed a very good deed that they are doing, and I hope they keep it up because definitely we need more of such people who feel strongly about spreading more love and not hate around the world. So please keep it up. We definitely need more people who are involved in such change.
So conversations and purposeful conversations, meaningful conversations like these will set a thought process in society, and they get to understand more about where are they headed and what are the questions they should be asking themselves. What are we looking for in this life? And yeah, finally it comes down to bridging yourself, connecting yourself with the world around you.
It's really nice to have the opportunity to get involved in ALLATRA because I feel like this is what we need right now, because every countries now they are facing real difficulties, having war and other things. So to have a peaceful world, to have a peaceful generation to come next, we have to work together. So this is what ALLATRA gave us. So we have to use this opportunity to influence the next generation.
I think it's incredibly important right now, especially in our country, the United States. We are being divided right now by ideologies, and we are completely losing the fact that we're all humans, we're all husbands, wives, fathers, children, and that we need to focus more on the individual as opposed to the party or the platform.
Working with migrants a lot in France, and so we think that humanity and love and compassion are the best value we can promote in a society for it to work and to overcome fear, racism and hatred in society. So I think it did good work.
Yeah, I really agree, because right now in Europe we are facing a very big challenge, which is the migration flow, and we are being put into a very big choice. We have to make history, so choosing the good side of history with love and compassion is what we have to do right now, and it's really important.
The most important thing is that every person on the planet hears this and actually starts implementing that second. As you have said, scenario, and not just imagining such an altruistic community, but actually implementing it in this world, then everything would be fine. Because life is indeed beautiful, guys. And when it's in peace, in joy, in love, in creation, when people's souls are really open towards each other, when it's not from the position of consumer-based format of exploiting someone, deception or something else, not from the position of personal selfishness so as to exalt oneself over someone else, but in equality, in brotherhood, in love and respect. That's when it's right. Then the world is beautiful. Then life truly has a meaning. Therefore, my friends, let's love each other and let's strive to make this world better. Let's do everything that depends on us. Really do everything possible so that this world becomes a better place. Thank you, my friends. Thank you.